Next speaker is Marcus Gordon. He's the General Manager at the Brussels Center for Collaboration in Health, and he will give us his point of view on the support of the HTAR implementation on your side.
Right. Thank you so much for the introductions. Thank you so much for having me today. I think my job today is primarily to distinguish the different roles that are played on a European level, and I think it's important to keep them apart. Valentina made, I think, an excellent presentation of what the role of the Commission is, and it has this pivotal central role of the HTA Secretariat, sort of the arbiter and the rock of the HTA regulation. I'm not quite sure if there's an echo. On the one hand, we have the regulation as a framework, and member states and HTA bodies implement the regulation. And as we just heard brilliantly, a lot is done on national level. But part of the regulation is also the fact that the European Commission, via European funds, supports this process. So we have set up a separate system which provides funding from the Commission to the member states, and this is done via a framework contract. And this is sort of where we come in. BCCH, the Brussels Center for Collaboration, is a support mechanism for HTA bodies that are participating in that framework contract, and via that framework contract coordinate their work within the coordination group and the subgroups. Our role as a body is, as a legal entity, we are basically a spin-off, so to speak, from our big brother and partners in Belgium, RISF INAMI, who created BCCH in September last year, so we missed our birthday. We are about a year old, and we have been created as a non-for-profit organization, and we are in a very lucky position that we have an international board of directors, including the chair of the coordination group from Ireland, Roisin Adams, and the former chair of the heads of agencies group, Rui Santos, the general manager, the president of Inframed. So we have, together with Pedro Facon, who is the co-general manager of RISF INAMI. So we have, I think, quite a robust board that sort of helps us to maneuver through the various waves that we've sort of seen in the first few months coming our way. The role, and this is really important to understand, is fully focused on HTA bodies as a project management support, and I'll come to that in a moment, as an administrative body, but also and dedicatedly to patient organizations, patient individually, clinical experts and other experts that are selected for HTA, for JCA and JSC procedures. So BCCH is, on the one hand, the contracting entity for those individuals. So any patient, any of the many patients you saw that have been selected is contracted via us. But equally, we try together with the patient organizations and hopefully very soon also together with the umbrella organizations for clinicians to build a platform that allows more collaboration here. So we have built, and I'll show a little bit more about that, a specific dedicated hub where general information about participation in JCA or JSC procedures is available for clinical experts, for patient experts and others, and we have a dedicated secure environment for individuals that participate in those procedures. So this is one of the few elements that we zoom in on also here later, but and since there was a comment in the morning session, we actively do not participate in communication with HTDs. So this is really the remit of the Commission, and of course, where relevant on national level of HTA bodies. But we are not in that communication stream. Administration is a necessary evil, and we are in Europe, and there's a lot of it. And our job is to make that work as smoothly and as efficiently so that HTA bodies, experts, and patients can do their job as unencumbered as possible. That's how we see our mission. Normally, internally, we say we just want to make it work. Whatever it takes, we want to ensure that the individuals that participate in these complex procedures get the maximum amount of support from our side so that they can focus on what they are doing best, and we try to take away as much difficulty as possible from them, while of course always guiding them in the right direction where they need help. So when there is questions that the colleagues at the Commission's side can answer, we guide them there. If it is elsewhere that they have to look, we do that. We have a beautiful collaboration on our hub where we provide links to the various excellent information tools that patient organizations have developed over the years, European-funded projects such as UCAPA, UPATI, and others. We bring them together and try to support and deliver those to interested parties in a one-stop approach. The project management support that we provide is in the background. So we bring together the HTA bodies and all participants that actively and indirectly work on JCAs and JSCs where they need support. So not for at each procedure our full spectrum of support is needed, but we try to help in communication. We set up meetings between assessor teams. We set up meetings between individual chairs of different subcommittees or of subgroups. We try to enhance communication. We provide a secure environment for that communication, and a long list of other tasks that sort of bring us closer to the colleagues in the involved HTA bodies, but also hopefully helps them in doing their job without having to worry about all those nitty-gritty things that we can provide. I talked about the Experts Hub. That is, again, the patient and expert hub that we have created, which allows us to communicate, to collaborate, and in the future also hopefully to share more information with not only the individuals but also with organizations that are active in the field. And we are doing all of that, of course, not in a vacuum. We do that very closely together with the colleagues at the Commission. We have our weekly meetings in which we coordinate the teams, and I think that has proven the Expert Hub is a beautiful example of it. So we've collaborated on the text, on the content, but also on the structure. Equally, we shared in the beginning and now also a lot of the content that is on the website of the Commission. We provide the links to the Europa page and all the other important resource materials that are listed there. So I think that's a beautiful collaboration. And the project management part I sort of tried to touch upon earlier, but it is really, again, trying to make things work so that the experts can focus on what they do best. And we try to take away as much as possible legwork and administrative elements that just simply exist. This just goes further to setting up meetings, providing other support, organizing medical editing, and many other things. And this is to zoom in a little bit more on the individual tasks. I just realized we have we created more acronyms because we did not have enough. So ACA stands for Assessor and Co-Assessor. And I think with the rest you should be familiar. But so the assessor.
Sorry, FCC.
That's a perfect question. That's the Framework Contract Consortium. And if you spot more, please let me know. And we should come with some sort of glossary for those slides. The assessor and co-assessor meetings and the member state meetings are are, of course, an important part of bringing the HTA bodies together. In our consortium meetings, which happen monthly, we bring together these actors. We share concerns. We raise topics and try to support in any possible way the communication and the discussion of important topics that might not always find the right spot. And normally what happens is a topic is raised in this forum, and then they branch out to the relevant subgroups that we see either in a methodological sense or in the JCA subgroup. We can then see those topics again. Or equally, maybe a topic seemed much more important than it originally was, and we can easily address it in a consortium sense before it sort of goes on in a bigger way. So the main part of what we do here is trying to facilitate communication. Early on, we try to spot topics, we try to listen and support member states in their planning ahead. A lot what we do is related to resource management. So we try to, based on the data we have, we try to identify future assessors and co-assessors, which is always an important first step to sort of look at what is coming our way. We were, I think, in a good way, we were surprised by significantly less submissions this year, so that allowed us, from our perspective, to prepare and be ready for what we consider might be a bigger number of JCAs next year. Equally, our collaboration with the colleagues at the Commission, but also with HTAR. HTAR is the contracting agency via which the framework contract is implemented. And we are in the lucky position that we, together with the colleagues at HTAR, can try many new IT tools that have been developed there and are now implemented in this framework as well. So it's a learning curve for all of us, and the interaction here is a new one, and we are developing it together with those colleagues. I'm rushing a bit now because I know the time is there. The expert hub, to which I jump right away, and I'll skip the last 2 points here, is something I would like you all to have a look at. It is a progress. It's work in progress. We are producing together with the colleagues at the Commission and others info material that allows experts and patient experts to have a better understanding of their individual role in the processes, who are the persons they can, or the individuals they can contact. And in general, what we try to do is be there, and I think somebody in the Commission said we should be holding the hands. So we are the hand-holding party. Wherever we can, we try to do that to our best ability. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marcus. I'm sure you will have a lot of work for the next few years.